All right. Welcome to Let's Talk Podcast, episode 2. Oh, man. Today we have a special guest. I'm excited to announce Mr. Jermaine Dolly.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Mr. Jermaine Dolly is in the building,
I'm with that,
man.
man.
Oh,
This
man.
looks great.
Awesome.
This looks great, brother.
Awesome musician, husband, comedy. He does it all. Host.
Uh,
He does it all, man. So if y'all need him for anything, make sure y'all follow him on
Yeah.
Instagram and book him, man, because you definitely gonna get
50%
you
deposit.
going yeah, we need the
Heard?
deposit. But nah, like awesome man of God. Got much love for you, much respect for you, everything that you doing, man. I'm watching, dog.
That's love, bro.
I think we like 10 plus years in.
Longer than that.
It's been longer than
It's
that.
Longer than that.
I met this dude, man. I was fresh out of the system, man.
Yeah.
And I remember watching you. You always was down to earth, man. I watched you on the court,
Yeah.
in church,
Yeah.
you know. And I want to say this before we really get into it. I just want to say that like I appreciate your humbleness.
Oh man.
I appreciate you always keeping God first because it shows in everything that you're doing now. See, a lot of people wasn't around for those background days, those days where you was
Yeah.
jumping in the background. I remember, matter of fact, yo, now that I think about it, you was praise one hype man.
Yeah, I praise my hype man for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So let's go back a little bit. Let's talk
Yeah.
about how you started, how you originally got into the music.
So I grew up in church all my life, praying faith temple church of God in Christ. Grew up there, and what's crazy is it was like a lot of women that went to the church or whatever that sang or whatever, and so I'm a comedian whatever because I was like a class clown, so I used to just imitate them all the time, and so since they was all women, I would sing like them and like in a high register whatever the case would be. So that's my falsetto, and just by me imitating them, I would just imitate them for years and all that. And so my falsetto got strong. I didn't really. So I was about 12 years old. It was me, my two best friends, us and our moms. We had went after church to Red Lobster, and we was singing in the on the table, "Children of the Kingdom."
I can see that now.
We was singing, and so they was singing first. And it was my turn, and it was like, "Yo, you know how to sing?" I was like, "Y'all can't do this." Like, I'm just playing around. Like, yeah, man, I'm just playing around. So, that's how I learned. Okay, I can sing. Now, singing is in my family. My dad sings, my brother sing, my grandma sing, my godmom sing, my grandpa sing. So singing, music is in the family, whatever
right.
case me. But grew up listening to my favorite 3 gospel artists. Growing up was Reverend James Moore, Daryl Coley, and Vanessa Bell Armstrong. So I was doing that, and then I said to about like, let's say about 14, 15, I started singing solos in church. I never was a solo guy in church. And then one day, my grandma got sick, and she was like, "Hey, I want you to, on before I get up out of here, I want you to sing solo in church." I'm like, "I don't want to sing. I want to be a musician. I play keys, I have keys and drums. I want to be a musician. I ain't trying to sing." She said, "I want you to sing solo in church." And I sang, "Oh, Come and Let's Adore Him," and they recorded it on a cassette tape. We went home, played it for my grandma. She was happy. She was like overjoyed. And that night, she got rushed to the hospital. And 2 weeks later, she died. And so she was like, "Anything you do, I want you to use your voice for the Lord." I'm like, I'm about like between like 12 and 14. And I'm like, whatever. And 18 went to Westchester. And I'm looking at the choir and all that. Now in school, I went to high school in West Catholic.
I never knew you went to West Catholic.
Went to West Catholic, yeah. And so I'm there. Freshman year, they had a talent show, and I know everybody in the school, whatever. You know what I mean? Freshman year, they had a talent show. I'm in the crowd. Me and my man Bino went there too.
Okay.
And so we in the crowd, and so it was a group on stage dancing. me and him just stood up dancing in the crowd, and everybody looked at us like, yo. So they was like, next year y'all should do the talent show. I'm like, all right, bet. So the next year it came. It was a girl named Shayna Rudd that went there. She was like the so her and her dude was like, so her dude, it was like really like one of them high school type of love movies, right?
Okay.
So her dude was like the head jock.
Got you.
Right, you know what I mean? But he wasn't even the head jock. He was like he was a gorgeous looking Paul. He was a gorgeous man. Like he was like pretty. Like he was super pretty. And she was like super pretty too. So it was like this is a perfect couple. It was a golden couple, right? And so they had broke up. They broke. It was a shocking that they had broke up. Whatever. I was like, that they broke up. Cool. And so she sings, and so it's parent teacher night. It's parent teacher night in high school, and I'm in the auditorium and I'm playing the piano in the auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
So all the teachers come out. Who is playing the piano? And they see it's me. It was like,
mind you, like the class clown.
Nobody knows anything about me playing anything,
right?
Or even like have any kind of talent, but besides being a comedian. And the next day, when Mr. McPherson, rest in peace to him, he said, "Yo, if you stop being serious, like you probably can do something." Nah, whatever, man. So Shayna heard me play, and she was like, "Hey, I want to make this song, and I want you to play. I want you to come up with the chords for me. I want you to play for me in a talent show."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right. So I'm a sophomore. She's a senior, and so like the whole school watching. If nobody knows I'm about to be in the talent show, I didn't tell nobody.
Right.
We rehearsed and all that, and the girl Shayna was like, so today was like, all right, yeah. So coming to the stage now, Shayna Rudd and Jermaine Dolly. Everybody cry was like Jermaine, like everybody like Jermaine.
And they probably thought you was about to do some comedy,
right? And they was like, they couldn't figure out what we was about to do because it was like Shayna and Jermaine. I sit down on the piano. It was like, get the everybody snap, man, get out of it. I mean, you hear people cussing and everything, and I saw it was like, and I started playing. Like I can play, like
right.
I'm playing. After we was done, they was like, "Oh my God!" Like they going crazy, right? That's my sophomore year. And then they had to play after that. It was like they did the Wiz. They did the Wiz, whatever case may be. When they did the Wiz, I just walked in to the audition. I just stood on stage and I just walked out. But everybody was looking at it. I was being a clown. I just walked in on stage. I looked at everybody and I walked out. The director ran behind. I'm about to get in trouble, right? He was like, "No, you have to come. You have to do this play. You have to do the play." They was like, "You really like the whole room. They gravitated to you, like the whole room." I ain't doing it. I went to the play and regret I didn't do that play. I said, next year I'm doing it. I do the play. Next year I do. I told everybody I'm about to sing. I said, you can't sing. I'm about to sing. So like they had singers in there and all that. I know I can sing better than all them. But I'm like, yo, if y'all come to audition, I'm about to sing.
What part did you play?
I was Grease. This is Grease the next year.
Okay.
So I was Danny Zuko in Grease. So I'm the head. Like
right. You the bull.
I'm him. And so I sing. So that's how I used to sing with my eyes closed. Open my eyes. Everybody's like this. Like everybody's like shock look. And I got the lead part and I did that. Boom. Then once we did that, I did the play and everybody knew I could sing and all that. Whoop de whoop. Case may be. And then I went to college, saw the choir and all that, and I said, I'm gonna try this out too. I started singing. I didn't lead no solos, nothing like that. And then my boy Germ, he played drums for somebody.
Shout out to Germ.
Yeah, this is when Sharing Baptist Cafe used to be rocking on. So that's not I saw like, oh, I said, oh wow, okay, this is a community of like, okay, bet. Like I went there.
We gonna go back to that, by the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you gotta go back to that.
And I went and Germ. I only went to support Germ because he's playing for somebody. I forgot the person he's playing for. Germ broke the foot. He broke the kit. He broke it. But so he had to play like on the floor time. He had to play he had to play like that. And so Praise saw that and was like, "Yo, this is dope. I want you to be my drummer." So I went to rehearsal with Praise, And then he heard me singing in the back. I was just like humming stuff in the back. He was like, you know how I sing? I was like, whatever. He was like, yo, come sing with me, yo. Like we gonna do this. That's when Ty Tribbett used to do the Christmas concerts.
Mm-hmm.
And Ty had asked him to perform. I was singing background. He had 3 background singers. And then he just asked me, he was like, yo, won't you just be like just be with me? Like that, whatever. I was like, all right, bet. Let's do it. And I did 4 years with him. I did 4 years of praise. That's how like everything started with praise.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that's really like one of the things that I say like I admire about you is like, bruh, you have no problem, and I don't mean this in a negative way. Like you don't have no problem being in the back.
Yeah.
Like you really are one of them people who I feel like you just understand like when it's your time.
It's your time.
You know what I mean? And even when you was on stage with praise, you knew when to be in the front.
Yeah.
You knew when to back up.
Yeah.
And you can't really teach that.
He got saying, I didn't know it then, but where I'm at in my life right now, you serve in territories that you soon hope to conquer.
Mm.
You serve in territories that you soon hope to conquer. One way to success is to serve. In order to lead, you must follow.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying? And
So
so,
can you say that again for the?
in order to lead, you must follow.
follow.
You serve in territories that you soon hope to conquer. One way to success is to serve. And I any type of success I got now, from then on to now, it has been me serving in like different situations, starting off with praise. Then by me serving with praise, Ty Tribbett came to a rehearsal. He saw me, boom, 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 we exchanged
Snatched you
numbers.
up.
He was like, yo, Ty went through what he went through. I was just hitting him up like, you good? Whatever like that. He texted me back, hey, come out LA with me, come sing with me. All right, that one gig turned into 6 years with Ty. You know what I'm saying? And I never looked to get paid. I never had looked to get paid from praise. I was like, I was on probation, so I got some trouble up school, whatever case may be. And around that time, I'm like, all right. Praise was like, all right, stay with me. All right, cool, bet. And so I'm under him, learning. He was the first person first hood boy I knew that was in his word.
Yeah.
Like he was like, just to have conversation with him, he was like in his word, and I was like, wow, this is like kind of cool. Like that's how I knew what the word Jax was.
Yeah.
Like you hot as Jax.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, are y'all on cuss?
Mm-mm.
I was like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah.
That's how.
Instead of saying sugar honey iced tea, say Jax.
They say Jax. Yeah, that's how.
Bring it up. Talk. You good.
Yeah. BJ Shores. BJ Shores used to say that a lot.
Jax, like you mean like
T.Y.'s
so,
and all that.
It's like yeah, we're gonna get you right.
Yeah,
Come on, bro. We're gonna get you right. There you go.
But no,
Yeah, there you go.
it's those times really. They played like a huge role in my life around that time.
Yeah.
Man. We was young, man,
Yeah.
and those cafes kept us out of a lot of trouble,
Yo,
man.
like that was something that happened at 12 o'clock at night. It started at 11.
11, yeah.
So
on a Friday
night. So it was like, okay, I'm either gonna go to 8th Street Lounge, I'm gonna go to Polaris, with Samba, I'm gonna either go to Red Sky Lounge, I'm either gonna go to Starlight,
Yeah.
TPTS, all that. I was there.
Oh, we was in church. It didn't feel like church though.
It
was girls.
It was like, yo.
It was music.
It was music. Like, yo, it was like, I couldn't believe it was
poetry.
Food.
It was food.
It was food. Like, it was all
it was
that.
dope. Yeah.
It was all,
The church dollar party.
for sure.
But it was
it was dark and then all that. Yeah, it was a time. It was a time.
But the thing about it was, it was so beneficial, man. Like,
yeah.
you really left out that joint. Like, even if your plan was because my plan a lot of times was to go to the club after.
I was trying to knock something down.
But by the time I left that joint, man, I was like,
you
man,
go in there thinking you gonna knock something down, you come out like you be like, dang, like, wow.
You might meet a girl there that'll change your whole perspective. Like,
that's a fact.
it was some good women in there.
That's a fact.
But overall though, just the whole cafe vibe was really like was lit.
Man, let me ask you a question. So, like, as a kid, like, as a pup, when
You gotta talk in the mic, bro. You gotta talk in the mic,
so
bro.
as a pup, when you was like growing up, you said you were like the class clown and everything. Like, was it hard to make that transition because sometimes people only see you on one light. So like nobody knew you could play the piano, nobody knew you was multi-talented.
Right.
So when people tried to put you in that box, was it hard to be like, yo, I'm not that. I'm this. What God say? I am. I mean, I'm not this. I am.
Yeah, it wasn't hard. It's not hard because I know who I am, so I walk boldly in who I am. And now to take it a step further, I walk boldly who I am, who Christ made me.
Okay.
Now back then, I can walk in any room. I'm confident in myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So me walking in any room, I'm not dimming my light. I'm not doing none of that. Like no matter what room I'm in, I'm just gonna do that. So but going to like step into what my anointing is and step into what my calling is and what I'm chosen for. Now I'm just walking boldly in who Christ has called me to be in any room. So I've been outside before, so I know how to talk to the drug dealer outside. I know how to talk to anybody that's outside the four walls of the church that don't understand the parameters and the rules of church or how we grew up in church. Because I was outside too, I know how to talk to them in a way they can understand it, and still talk to a mother the same exact way, a mother of the church, a preacher of the church, and still convey the same message without changing who I am outside the four walls of the church or inside the four walls of the church.
Now let me ask you a question. So before you got to where you are now, well, not even in the beginning, like before you really like you laid down one day and you was like, yo, all right, I gotta take this thing to another level.
Right.
So was it something that you experienced, or something that happened, or that was said to you that made you really like put 150% into it, or did you go through that struggle where you was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or like what was that like?
When I got in trouble, that was really like made me start taking Christ serious. Long story long. So I did credit card fraud, I did forgery, and a drug possession. So when I got caught, I was working at Sam's Club. So Sam's Club, when I did everything at the drug man, he wanted his money. I'm not giving him your money. He shot my man house up. So I said I gotta get his money. So Sam's Club, they had the Sam's Club cards. I was switching them out, whatever the case may be, and got caught. And so the cops were supposed to come at 3:30 to come get me. They didn't come to 9:30. So this is up Exton. So I'm up Exton. I'm in the holding cell in Exton, and they go to process me. I got 6 charges, 14 counts of each. And so they have an automated system where they just type 1, 2, 3 credit card fraud, type enter, hit enter 14 times, and your charge come up. It would took them no more than 5 minutes to process me, but the automated system wasn't working. So they had to manually type every charge 14 times. So they can't type. So they like this. It's like 9:30. So it's like 9:45. The judge leave. I noticed the judge leaves, takes his last case, like see the person at 11:15 p.m. at night. I didn't know y'all being here all night like that. Like they be here all night. So the judge leaves. They got done me like 11:45 because he can't type.
Right.
So I got to stay overnight till they take me to Coatesville. I get to Coatesville around like at 12 o'clock. I go to sleep. I wake up. I was in a deep sleep too. I hear boom, and the cop come. I say, "Hey, what time is it?" He's like, "It's 12:15." I said, "Like PM?" He was like, "No, you just got here 15 minutes ago." Now I'm up all night. I'm praying. I'm like, God, you give me. I ain't have a phone call, nothing. No phone call, no anything.
This your first time?
My first time. No phone. I had a phone call. I didn't know how this stuff worked. Like it's my first time getting caught up. So my mom don't know where I'm at. Nobody know where I'm at. So I go back to sleep. Wake up the next. I'm praying like, God, if you give me out of this. Now prior to all this, my mom was telling me, Jermaine, come home, come to church. Something's gonna happen if you don't come home, come to church. And like I'm like, man, I'm out. I'm at West. I'm him at
you
Westchester.
In college?
I'm in college. I'm in Westchester University. I'm having a time of my. I'm running my movie up there. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, I was kind of over church anyway, and I do that. Fast forward, my mom. I'm in jail. I'm in the holding cell. I'm like praying, like, yo, God, please, if you get me out of this, I promise you I'll serve. I don't know how severe my charges are yet. Judge, the cop come take me to the hearing. We pull into the parking lot. I see my mom's car. I asked my mom, I was like, did y'all call my mom? They was like, "We don't know your mom." I was like, "Why? That can't be her." I get out the car seat. My mom and my dad are walking up. I'm like, she's like, Jermaine? Oh my God. I'm locked. I'm got handcuffs on me and all that. So that lets me know that she doesn't know that I'm here.
I'd be like, take me back in, man. Hurry up. Like, yeah.
So he said, you want your mom in there? I said, yeah, I want my mom in there. I'm going, she was like, Jermaine, what did you do? Judge come out, white boy. He come out, he say, Jermaine, Dolly, credit card fraud, 10 years each count. That's 140 right there of one charge. I'm like, God, oh, like, another charge, like 11 years this count. He's running it down. And my mom is crying. So the cop was like, he's a good kid. He's really good. He was very compliant. Like, he not compliant. He was like, he really like, he complied with us. Like for real, like he was really, really good. He was good. But why is he here? He's a really good. Oh, it be the good ones. He snapping. I had a ticket. He was like, and you got a ticket? You let the ticket up to $400? I said, I'll pay the joint right now.
Right now. Right.
I'll pay it right now. He said, you're lucky your mom here. If your mom wasn't here, I'll lock you up right now to your promissory hearing, I think it was. Why my mom there? My mom works in King of Prussia. My dad used to work in Exton. He's worked for FedEx. He got a ticket on her car. They was fighting the ticket.
He was going to go pay the ticket.
They was fighting the ticket.
Same time.
The day before, the cops were supposed to come at 3:30. They didn't come till 9 o'clock. It was an accident on 202 that they had to clear up that took them 6 hours to clear up on 202. So everything had lined up for me to be there, for my mom can be there, and
so you can come
what
home.
They call that divine intervention.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
I call it Jesus. You dig? You feel me? Like for sure. Like
you got a song called "Serve" too.
Yeah, sir. All that. Yeah. Like so. That's all that. All that stuff
that came from. Okay.
Came from that. So it was that made me take Christianity seriously. Can nobody tell me nothing that God ain't real now? Jesus ain't real. Can't nobody. I don't care how people slice and dice it on the gram and this and that to make it seem cool. Cool. Do your big one. There's nothing you can tell me.
You can tell me.
Nothing you can tell me. There is the stars in a line like that for me to get out of that situation. How I got that situation. Because my man got the same charge. He did 8 years.
And I was about to say that people get into those situations.
My man got the same, and took lesser money than I took, and got 8 years. Got 8 years. And so, that's how that part, taking it serious, Christianity wise, taking the music serious was me just taking a chance to double down on betting on myself.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see if I can write and produce music. I was singing with Ty. I was under Ty and all that, and I'm getting the game from him. I got the game from Praise, and I got Praise for on a level where he was at, and then I got to Ty where he like A-list gospel artist. So I'm seeing that, and so I'm under him. So I was like, well, let me just see if I can write and produce music. Let me just see if I can do it. I did a mixtape called Hello Dolly, and the mix and stuff on it was bad. I didn't know how to record. I didn't know how to like sing in a mic. That was my first time actually in the booth. And I sold it just to see if I can write and produce music. Just see if I can do it. And I sold it for $5. I made $7,500 off that mixtape. Like $7,500, like $10,000 off that mixtape. And that's how I got popping on the gram.
Right.
Cause everybody wanted to know what was this baby with a beard.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, what's this? And I was from New York to Maryland, like just traveling, just passing them out, taking a picture. So I would do that, and I would give it like while I was singing with Ty, I'd give it like J.J. Harrison, I'd give it like them, and then take a picture with them, so I can come back home and make some more sales. Donnie McClurkin, I gave it to Donnie McClurkin. He was like, and this is the first time somebody ever did this to me. He was like, yo, what's this? I said, it's my mixtape. He was like, this gospel or secular. I said, Donnie, I wouldn't give you a secular mixtape. Like, I'm giving this is a gospel. He said, all right, cool. He said, you got copyrights? These songs, you got copyright to these songs? No. He was like, you got entertainment lawyer? I was like, no. He was like, do you have a manager? I was like, no. He said, do you even have business cards? I said,
mind you, if you know Donnie McClurkin, you know he been in the game for a long time. So
I said, no. He said, if I would have known you, I would have called you a dummy. I said, well, basically, Donnie, you are calling me a dummy. But he said, the reason why I'm doing this for you is because black people don't never want to get their business straight. We have all the talent, but we never get our business straight. And I said, now I could have been a Negro, and Don, I got $10,000 in my pocket right now. I was gonna flip that. I was gonna do mixtape Hello Dolly 2, flip that 10, make that 20. I'm just gonna keep flipping it.
Keep flipping it. Cause you popping at this point.
I'm rocking and rolling. And this is before you. This is for this is before Jesus song came out.
Right.
This is 2012. And so I said, you know what, let me go home and get a manager. And how things start rocking for me is I told you to serve, like I said earlier. And when you serving, it's we getting your word. You getting your I took praise out of the word. And then Ty, he was in his word too. So I didn't want to be the eyeball to know my word. So I started reading my word, and Ty did something for me that he gave me the message Bible for my 25th birthday. So I kept asking him questions like I couldn't understand the King James version. So I'm like, he gave me the message Bible, so I'm reading that. So I'm starting to get my word. I'm starting to pray more, and I'm hearing God in a different. Okay, my ear getting clearer.
Right. Vibration.
It's getting clearer now, so I'm hearing it. And so I'm listening to the voice of God now. So my man Jerm has a manager, is my manager now, Jerome Hunt. Now, looking at Jerom's be like, yo, my manager, he got me this placement. He working, we doing this. He Swiss Beats dad, best friend, we met Swiss Beats. I'm like, who is this nigga Jerome? So, I meet Jerome. He don't look like the bull. He got this baggy shirt on, he got these trash choke chucks on. And I said, this him? I said, you cap. This ain't that. Mm-hmm. One day my man Jerome Hunt says to tell Jermaine to come to this meeting. Anybody know me and know I don't leave my house for nothing. I don't. The Lord said go to that meeting. All right, bet. At this time they was shopping a girl named I forgot her name, but Clive Davis wanted the next Jennifer Lopez.
Okay.
So they had like 7 songs on her, killing. So they went to this guy. He was supposed to be the middleman to lead them up to Sony and one of them. And the stuff was so good, the boss said, hey, I know y'all want to get the Clive, but I got $15,000 for y'all right now. If you just sign with me, just hold on for a little bit. Sign me for a little bit. I got you $15,000 right now. My head, I said, if all else fails, I can get 15 from him. I can flip that. I made way more than $15,000 with my manager now, but God be the glory to that. But that was just something like just hearing God's voice.
Somebody who ain't got nothing. 15,000 is like, man.
You dig? Yeah. So we did that, and that's how like things started rocking and rolling for me, just by keeping my ear clear to God. So that's how that all that.
Now with that, I'm sure like a lot of distractions.
For sure.
Being an artist, it doesn't even matter now if it's secular or gospel. You know what I mean? Like you popping on social media, you know what I'm saying? Like you got a platform. So with that, comes the distractions, you know. So how do you keep yourself leveled? I know you pray, I know you read your word, but on the flip side of things,
you gotta stay out the way.
Stay out the way
as much as possible. Here's the thing: you put yourself in harm's way.
Right? No, yeah.
With the distractions, you can put yourself in harm's way. Now, we were talking earlier off camera. You have decisions.
Right.
You have a decision to go in the DM or not. You have a decision to answer the DM or not. You have a decision to leave your house and go see about that DM. You have a decision to get to the door and go in that door and follow up on that DM. You have a decision you're here now, like you're here now. But you have decisions. There are decisions that you prior to you follow through with the distractions. There are decisions that you got. It's 4 levels before you got to that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
So I got this thing where I say, like, it takes discipline to be bored.
Yeah.
The way that I live my life now, I'm new at this. The way that I live my life now, like I work, take care of my kids, check on my pop, and I'm in the house, and my life is so much better.
Yeah,
It's
peace.
less stressful. I ain't got no toxicity.
Yeah, peace.
Thank you, brother. I got
peace.
the peace. But it's kind of hard when you trying to get to that level because there's so many, like Joel was saying, so many distractions and people that still remember that older version of you. So what I had to do is start to explain to people, like, I still love you, but I'm gonna keep you over here because right now you're interrupting my peace, and my peace is the most important thing that I got.
So that's another thing. So like, I know the Dolly that I know is very popular, very down to earth,
For sure.
very thorough. Never saw you argue with nobody on the basketball court, maybe,
Yeah, for sure, on there.
but never really saw you have like a real interaction with anybody. But has there ever been a time where you got to a certain level in your career and you had to leave some people behind?
Yeah.
And if you did, at what point did you know, like, all right, I'm going to another level. I can't take this person with me, or I can't take that person with me? Or was it ever a time where like you met somebody and you was like, yo, I need to stay connected to this
God,
person?
like I said before, this may be like, I live by this. I put God first in everything I do. There's nothing I do without putting him first. That can sound like a very cliche thing or a very like churchy thing or a deep thing. And if it's deep, put a life jacket on. Everything I do, I go to God first. Decisions, and now I got a wife now. She really sees stuff before I see it. And I'll probably be like, I still give you the benefit of the doubt. And she been telling me for years, he ain't the one. He not that. And then God reveals himself. All right, cool. And you gotta stay over there. I can still love you. You just gotta stay over there. You can't come in here. And I try to bring people all the time. And it's life. It's life. But I keep my ear to God and be like, okay, if one of my prayers in the morning is, in my devotion is, whatever's not in your will, take it out. Whatever it is, take it out. That's not for me, take it out. Take it out.
I think it might be like the goodness in us. Like you want to bring most people with you. You want to bring most people that, especially like you grew up with or like family. And a lot of times they think that they are deserving, even though you didn't put not 1 minute, 1 hour in. I did all of this.
But
why do you think that you deserve?
It goes back to what he said about knowing who you are.
Yeah.
You know, like not dimming your light. You know, and when you get to that point in your life, because that's where I'm trying to get to that point where like I care too much about what other people think. You know what I mean? And it's holding me up from for my gifts to really like explode.
Yeah.
And I say that because like there's so much that we hold in.
Check this out. Can't nobody stop you from getting what God has for you but yourself.
Right. Then I
You just said
said
that.
Nobody, no hater, no nothing. Shade only make you cool.
Yo,
Shade only make you cool.
oh,
Shade
man.
keeps you cool. What the shade? If the sun outside and shade come, what happen? You cool down.
off, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's
So
crazy.
Moses did not get to the promised land because of himself. Nobody stopped Moses from getting to the promised land but himself. But himself. Moses did a whole bunch of things. He led the children of Israel out of Egypt. He did all these things. And what kept him out of there, and it said, the Bible talks about how God said, you know what, go climb that mountain. Mind you, they've been going in a circle for 40 years, which indicates they've been close to the promised land. It was over that mountain. He said, go climb that mountain. He climbs the mountain. God said, listen, bro, you see that land that was supposed to be yours. You ain't going to get it. Now you got to give your promise to another man, Joshua. He going to walk in it. All because of him. Nobody stopped. Nobody put a gun to Moses' head. He stopped himself from getting to the promised land. And I think that's a lot of people have to understand. Nobody can stop you from getting to your goals but you. If you're stagnant, it's not because a nigga's hating on you. If you're stagnant, don't get me wrong now, people can slow you up. I'm not saying people can't slow you up. People can definitely slow you up and block you for certain situations. But if God has something, if they block you for a situation, God's just requiring you to pray harder. Because on this next level, that same little, okay, I started you off by you reading a verse that come up on your screen on your phone every day. I started you off with that. And on this next level, you have to dig deeper than that.
You gotta open up
You gotta open up your word. I need you to read a chapter now. On this next level, I need you to pray more than 5 minutes. I need you to pray 20 minutes. On this level, I need you to pray an hour. I need you to sit down with me. I need you to date me. I need you to date me. If you want to get to this next level, what I have for you, you have to date me. Because sometimes God let you think you're doing this on your own. Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. I need more money. I get another job. I work 2 jobs. Man, let me take both of them jobs from you. Now what?
Ooh, my brother told me that years ago. He said, "Man, if God got something for you, He'll make you uncomfortable."
Make you uncomfortable, and that's a great when you was a child and your teeth grew back in, it hurt. When you go through your growth spurt, your legs hurt. I used to wake up at night like, why my legs hurt? I'm growing. And we kind of get stressed out. When you go to a masseuse, hand and stone, wherever you want to go.
Yes, Lord.
You get a deep tissue massage. You be like, okay, it's gonna be lit.
That hurt.
It hurts.
But you feel, I get you, yeah.
But when you're done, you feel relaxed. But in the process, you getting rubbed out.
That's crazy.
Rubbed down. In the process, you are being rubbed down. You okay? You okay? How's the pressure? Okay.
It hurt.
It hurt.
Yeah.
You're killing me. But by the time you're done, it's like, you're like, God, dog, I needed that. That's all God be doing for us in different levels in our lives. In different levels in our life, He is like rubbing us down, deep tissue, rushing us. He's giving us all, digging in us. And it's up to you to be like, yo, like, oh, I got it. Like, it's up to you. Like, it's up to us. So you saying like you worry about too many people. Only person to worry about is what God has called for you to do. That's it. Like,
the only person you gotta, the only person that you really gotta deal with at the end of the day, is you.
Man, for sure. Like, and there's nothing else.
But let me say this, man. It's such a blessing. This is my first time meeting this gentleman, right? And when I tell you, this guy got such amazing energy, it's ridiculous. So let me try to break a little bit of a stigma. People be like, "Oh, you Joe." It's not Joe. This man has experience. This man is at a higher level. I'm going to ask him every question that comes to my mind.
I'm with that.
And like, you so genuine, bro. Like, I feel like I've known you for so long. Like, I asked you almost anything. We need more people like that. But, like I said, with the stigma, it ain't about being Joe. It's about, if you don't know something, a person who already knows it, ask them. Ask them for advice.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I don't want to stay at this level forever.
That's what this is for, though. Like, it's like, this is not just, oh, Jermaine Dolly is here. Like, this, I talk about you all the time.
Yeah.
People at my job, you pop up on Explore pages, and I be like, yo, that's my man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's my man. And listen, people be like, oh, you hype. I'm like, listen, I shouted to the mountains. Like, I'm like, listen, man, he's a good dude.
You know what else is crazy? You know what's crazy, y'all? A lot of what you go through in life isn't for you. It's for you to get through it and help somebody else and show them, like, so I've been doing this 17 years, 18 years.
Hey, we
10,
old, man.
10, ain't we?
Season, brother.
10
Been that
years,
long?
10 years background.
Been that long?
10 years background, 4 years of praise, 6 years with Ty, and 8 years by myself.
Wow.
And so everything that I went through, so from 18 to now to 36, is for me to have a conversation like this with y'all.
Right.
And just express to y'all, okay, this is what I did to get out of this, how I found myself by doing this, whatever case may be. And another thing, I talk to myself every day for moments like this. I hit my hand of God for podcasts or interviews. I talk to myself, preparation, everything. When preparation meets opportunity, what is it? When preparation meets opportunity, it opens doors for success.
Okay.
I prepare. I talk to myself. I ask myself every possible question that somebody would possibly ask me, just for moments like this. I promise you. Telling myself, and on a car ride, talking to myself. I turn the music down. I just talk to myself.
I might need to start practicing that one.
For sure. If you, I see myself doing a lot of interviews, talking. I see myself being a preacher. It's going. I don't want to be a pastor, but I see inevitably the word. More I hop in my word, the more I have conversations. Like, I don't post on the gram because I don't need approval from the gram to let people know if I'm spiritual or not.
Right.
I mean, I have like intimate conversations with like people all the time. Like, just be like, yo, like, on that type of time, and it's inevitable it's gonna happen. But I prepare myself for that. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just me knowing who I am, being comfortable in who God made me to be and who God has chosen for me to be. Because the reason why I say chosen, not called, because 150 people can go to a basketball tryout. 15 only get chosen.
Mm-hmm.
5 start. 2 shoot the ball.
Mm.
And so it's all about knowing what you like. Yeah, 150 people can be called to do something. 15 are chosen.
5 start.
5 start.
And 2 shoot.
2 shoot.
Wow.
And in the process, you could be on that team. Cause we see it all the time. There's a whole bunch of people that's in the A that come to the Rumph and get 50. I seen Trez, Montrezl Harrell, is a rebound energy guy in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Come play rec, get 40 every night.
For the record, I don't know nothing about sports.
He's an energy guy. He's not Brian. I'm gonna get the rebound and I'm gonna just foul. Okay. That's what he does in the A, and he makes a great living. Makes it an exceptional living off of doing that. He can come to any hood
And drop 40.
and get 40. Any hood. Any hood.
But hold up.
What's it?
But when he go to the league,
He has a position to play.
Exactly.
And he's on the bench. And he's going to probably play 15 minutes a night. Who's the boy that played for the Bucks? Tall boy.
Bobby Portis.
Bobby Portis come. I think get $20 million to shoot a corner 3 and get rebounds. $20 million to shoot a corner 3. He has a ring just for playing his position. I'm gonna come in here. Let me shoot this 3.
Knowing his role.
Knowing his role.
Yeah, stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. Knowing his role.
Knowing his role.
He was chosen to be a spot up corner 3 shooter. Get a rebound guy. I'm a hustle guy. I'm gonna do all that, and I'm gonna get $20 million. And I'm gonna help Giannis get a ring. Serving. One way to success is to what? Serve. You have a guy like Jimmy Butler came in the league. He wasn't that guy. He served for Derrick Rose. Now he is Hemi Butler.
Mm-hmm.
I can do this all day long. You see this all the time. You see this all the time. It's all about knowing, like, okay, I know what I am chosen for. For 10 years, I served. 10 years. Matter of fact, 18 I still serve at a church that only has 15 people.
I was going to get to that.
15 people.
And I can attest for that because I see you on live
every Sunday. Every Sunday. Playing keys, leading worship on the keys. I play there. I go to another church at 3:00. That the church you see me on, that's like my job. Like, I get paid good there.
Okay.
The church at 3:00, that's where I get my word at. And I serve as 15 older people there. 10 years ago, he asked, could he have a minister of music at his church? He was only paying like $50 a week. I'm like, I'm here to help out your cousins. Like, your cousins, they can do that. I don't do that. My mom came home. She said, Jermaine, I think you might want to try taking a position here. I don't want to do that. 3:00 on a Sunday? I'm chilling. Like, the Lord told me, be the worship leader at that church. Serve that church. When I did that, all the doors opened up for me after that. my music career, everything opened up for me when I made that move. Took off when I did that, and I still serve there to this day.
And you know, I told you I'm gonna give you your flowers, man. I really respect that about you because, I mean, like we've all seen it. Like we've seen so many talented people leave their position in the church where they were serving for a gig.
Okay. And be sad.
And a lot of people don't come back to that until that gig is over because now you need
it.
So the respect that I have for you, I just want to tell you, man, like I appreciate how humble you are. I appreciate the way that you talk about God. I appreciate the way that you make it okay to serve God. And it's so hard to find people like that. It's hard to find people who really, even like you said, who still even, you know, serve God or go to church or even want to learn about God. It's so hard to find that. So when you find, I have to mention this. You have a young, because I still believe that you're still young. You have a young African-American man from Southwest Philadelphia.
57 King Session.
Southwest Philadelphia. Out here doing this.
Nobody, I'm saying right now, I'm going to be very honest with you. I did not grow up wanting to be a gospel artist. I definitely want to be a drug dealer. But I was terrible at it.
Yeah, me too.
I was terrible at it. And it was like, I can't say the blocks because I don't do that. But it was niggas around me like, get into it. Get into it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, get into it. And I was like, I want that. And, you know, it was crazy. None of my friends like forced me to even be outside. They used to tell me, go in the house, man.
Ain't it funny though how like people know the people who doing it know who's not supposed to be out there.
Hey, bro, go in the house.
That's crazy.
Bro, go in the house. This ain't for you, though. Go in the house. Like, go in the house. No. Go in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it was that, and you know, it was just that kept me like really, really like, all right, cool, bet. And so now, like, they see me now, it's like, and so that's why now it's so easy for me to like just remain like me, like, you know, I don't have to change my voice, like give it unto God, and I don't have to do all that. Like, I mean, like I could just remain who I am and just still the people, whatever room I'm in, whatever case it be, they know like that's Maine. Like,
that's Maine.
I mean, I was outside already. I did that. I was outside. I clubbed every weekend.
Can I tell you a secret?
Go ahead.
I was mad at my brother and my cousin for years, bro, because it was a lot of times where I ain't had nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I watched them put so many people on.
Mm-hmm.
And, bruh, I wrecked my brain.
They was trying to protect you.
When I say wrecked my brain, I'm like, dog, I'm your brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your cousin. Like, we fam. Like, you know.
Like, let me prove myself.
Not even let me prove myself. Just, I thought it was okay because they was doing it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really care if it was for me or not. I just wanted to be out there with y'all. You know what I mean? So I was mad at them for a long time until I got older. I don't know if you remember, you and I had a conversation one day. I think I don't know if it was like on Instagram or if I called you. I always like randomly just call you. And this was around the time where you said, was it around the time Serve came out? It was either around the time Serve came out or I had asked you a question because I was kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and I was trying to figure out like what direction to take. Okay, it came back to me. So going back to what I said earlier where like you had posted something and I looked at the comments, and when I saw the people that was commenting, I was like, ain't no way.
Mm-hmm.
It's no way this dude is getting respect from these type of people. Like, bro, like I said before, man, listen, Muslims, it was all types of people. And when I saw that, it made me think like, yo, this is possible.
Yeah.
I could serve God and still, people will respect me for being
You gotta understand
who I am.
You gotta understand.
You know what I mean?
And I say this all the time to people. There's a time on Instagram where everybody had the 100 emoji on there.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, yeah, I'm 100. I'm a real nigga. I'm a real nigga. In church, we call that authenticity.
Authenticity.
Being authentically who you are. The church, the streets gravitate to people that are real niggas. You're a real nigga. In their eyes, I like him. I like him. He's a real. So if I'm authentically me in Christ, I'm not coming in here. If I go to Tasties, I love bar. I go to Tasties, go get me charboiled salmon, rice, and mac and cheese. I go in there. It's a hookah joint upstairs. They rocking and rolling, the music loud in there. If I go in there, let me buy a bottle. That's not me.
Right.
What's up, bar? Let me get my charge. And I'm out of here. Hey man, what's going on? They know I'm the Christian boy in here. I don't have to act no other kind of way. I'm on 50. I'm on a deuce, and somebody keep looking at my car, but he like giving me the brick. What's up? He like, so I put, I get out. What's up? Ain't you the church boy? I said, let me get back in the car.
Man.
Let me get the car. Let me get back in the car. I'm like, you speak though, bro. But like,
Right.
he just.
But that's the thing. People not that word.
Yeah.
Authenticity.
Yeah. So
whatever the word is.
yeah. So
everybody's not.
So it was that. So that's why I learned like, okay, cool. I can be. I'm the Jesus boy. That's just that, and I'm with that, and like so we can have conversations. I could be on the block with my guys, whatever the case would be. I'm that, and what's crazy is, God has put me in position, put me in different type of positions where He tests that about me. I just always say when I first started doing my own thing, I used to bridge the gap. I want to bridge the gap between the streets and the church. That's what I say. I want to bridge the gap between the streets and the church, and he said, all right, I got you. I'm on 50 at my mom. When I'm on my way, I'm on a block. And everybody know what's up. Boy said, yo, I'm on 52nd Street. Yo. I pull over. He said, yo. He ran to the car. Man, I need prayer. I said, for real? He says this, but you can't pray for me? I said, no. Let's do that right now.
Right now.
Let's do that right now. On a deuce. I'm holding on traffic. He said, yo, a lot of my boys, a lot of my homies think I'm Muslim. I'm not even Muslim. Like, but I need prayer, bro, and I know you the one that can do that for me. Say less. He outside. Like, homie outside. Like, I mean getting active. I done seen him get active.
Yeah.
Active outside. Bro, I need prayer. And so I'm like, okay, God, I hear you. Like, okay, this is what I'm called to. Cool.
I got so many questions, bro.
Yeah.
Ask him. I'm here.
Because I'll just be like, how does that make you feel? Like, I mean, as like, like as a man of God, as a like coming from where you come from, and just like having people, knowing that people lean on you that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And not to mention, like, did you ever think that like being behind the scenes all of those years would get you to this point? Because I think it's major for somebody to asking for prayer is worse than asking for money.
Yeah, bro. It's like no, I didn't see myself in this position. I told you I didn't want to be an artist, so I didn't really. But again, following what my assignment is. You think what I'm saying? Because like I said, I've done things to lead me up to like for him to be comfortable for me to come to me, ask me for prayer. My song "You," Jesus, 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 came from somebody had a homeboy. Outside looking in, he's a director. He got some movies, all that, movie theater, everything. Women love him. Got money. Outside looking in, he looked like his life pretty good, right? So prior to all this, I know I had a melody in my head. I'm like, dum, 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 dum. I know I had all that, but I didn't know what I want to talk about. So he called me. He said, and I just stopped singing with Ty at the time. He called me. He said, yo, I want to talk to you about something. I'm thinking he want to put me in a movie. I'm like, okay, let's get this money.
Get to it, right.
I was hit too. I was hit right at that time. I was like,
Pop.
I was popped. I was dead weight out there. I'm like, all right, let's do it. He came to my house, came to my mom's house. He said, man, my life effed up. He said, yeah, my life effed up. He asked me this. He said, how are you always happy and never down? We had a 2-hour conversation about Jesus. I went upstairs in the back room. I wrote, people always ask me why am I always so happy and never down, and why I'm always laughing, why I never, and so forth and so on. But if it wasn't for me, still me being authentically who I am in Christ, for him to feel comfortable enough to come to me, somebody he thinks that, okay, I identify with you. Islam runs Philadelphia. Islam runs Philadelphia, right? The fact that I have a beard, right? Fact I have a beard, a Muslim man will greet me, Salaam alaikum, because he feels as though he identifies with me. And that's why the Islam is so together, because they do things like that make you feel welcome. Whereas the church, you come to church every Sunday, nobody don't speak to you. And so the fact that he felt that he identified with me on that level was like, yo, okay, I know you know Jesus, but you make it so like I can talk to you still.
Right. Down to earth.
Yeah. Like you know Jesus, and a lot of people that I feel as though that know Jesus in his mind is like, I can't come to because I don't identify with you. But you, man, I identify with you, and you got a different perspective. Why are you always happy and never down? Oh, this is why. Jesus Christ. Boom. This is why I always say, like, I got this from Ty. With Christ, it ain't always easy, but it's better. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, it's on those type times, it's on those type of trajectories where I'm talking to people and, like, dealing with people in that type of time. And that's how I know, like, that's authentically me. Like, that's just, I'm sorry, guys. Esther saved the nation because she was authentically her. Know who Esther is? Esther in the Bible, Xerxes, right? Xerxes. Now you know Xerxes from 300. So Xerxes, they said around that time, Xerxes, it was like a whole bunch of kings named Xerxes, but they said this particular Xerxes was a Xerxes from 300, and we all know the movie 300. Bull was a bad bull, like he was terrible. They say he had a party one night. He had a wife in there. He was drunk, and he summoned his wife as if she was a whore. And so he said, "Go get my wife." The wife was like, "You got me chopped. I'm not coming to you. Like, you died." So to the kingdom, it was looked as if she had was disobedient to her husband. Right. And her husband, his right hand man, Xerxes' right hand man, was like, "You can't let her do this." So he kicked her out. The next morning, he coming off. He got a hangover. He chilling. He getting off his high. Like, where my wife at? They was like, "Oh, you kicked her out." I did. Oh, I need my lady back. Well, you can't bring her back. You kicked her out. They said, "Well, you got to find a new one." They said, "It's a girl outside named Esther. She with her goddamn uncle Mordecai. She bad. She rocking and rolling." He said, "Get her. Bring it to me." Now, in order for the women outside of the kingdom to go meet the king, they have to go through a year process. You got 6 months of like pampering, like makeup and you got another 6 months of being like in a spa, like you get rubbed down and all this like that. and
deep,
then
deep tissue massage.
deep tissue massage. I mean, you get for a year straight. So 6 months, you getting quality work, and then the last day you get to go to this big old room. You get to go to this big old room that got all all the dripping hair that you can show off to the king and get your spot. What took other women 12 months only took Esther 10. Right? So imagine going to Hand and Stone for 6 months straight. As a woman, like for a woman. Like if any women watching this, imagine going to Hand and Stone for 6 months straight. 6 months straight. You getting rubbed down every day, all day long. And then going to Sephora and getting all the makeup you want for another 6 months for another 6 months straight. And then going to King of Prussia and going to wherever store you want to go to, get the baddest lay to go get your man. Mm-hmm. For Esther, it took her, in her authenticity, it only took her 10 months, and she didn't go to King of Prussia. She bagged him by being herself.
Yes,
Herself, right? Check this out. She see him. He's like, God, dog, you bad. Mordecai did something to piss his man off, and he was like, yo, I'm about to kill you. I'm about to get you rocked. I'm about to talk to my man Xerxes. He's going to get you rocked. Cool. Mordecai tell Esther, hey, you got to save me because they about to rock me. She said, I can't go to him without him calling me. If I go to him and he doesn't call me, he kills me. He said, you better find out something. She sees Xerxes. Then she didn't summon. She wasn't summoned to nothing. He says, Esther, you tough. Where you been at? He ain't see her in 3 months. You tough. Where you been at? She was like, I've been chilling. He said, yo, what's up? Like, what's up? She said, come to my house. You and your man come to my house. I'm going to cook y'all dinner tonight. This is Xerxes. I said, all right, bet. They came over. She said, you know what? I don't want to talk tonight. Let's talk tomorrow night. Come over tomorrow. This is Xerxes. She playing with him. She's playing with Xerxes. But she's being her authentic self. He let her do it. I'll come back tomorrow, babe. He came back tomorrow. He said, babe, I give you all my providence. What do you want? What's up, babe? Like, I came here yesterday. What do you want? She said, your man trying to kill my uncle. And trying to kill all of our lineage. He said, who? She said, your right-hand man. He said, oh, yeah? Kill him. And kill all his people that think they was going to kill y'all. Just by being her authentic self, save the nation. And I live by that. Just by me being my authentic self. But by just being man.
That's the word right there.
So
be your authentic self.
So like I feel like I don't know what my blessing is. I believe it's comedy at this point.
Yeah.
But I done structured myself so much where like I'm disciplined enough that I'm not out in the streets. I ain't ripping and running. But it's like I know that I feel so uncomfortable because I feel like I'm here for a greater purpose.
Yeah.
Like now at my job, I'm great.
Yeah.
I'm a good tech. I ain't gonna cuss. I'm a good tech.
You good?
I'm good with empathy, for my patients and put myself in their place and things like that. But more and more, I'm starting to become more and more uncomfortable because I know, like I don't think I know. I'm supposed to be more than this. Me and Joel, we had these conversations. Same thing with him. That man is, and you want to give people flowers. Same thing. This man is working on himself all the time.
Yeah.
Like I can definitely 1,000% tell you he is way better than he was 12 months ago when I first met him.
Yeah.
And me too. Same thing. But it's like sometimes you want it now. I'm putting the work in. I'm trying, but why it ain't happened yet? And I used to think like when I was growing up, it was like not growing up, a couple years ago, and we had this conversation. I thought that if I got it at that moment, I wasn't prepared for it, so I would self-destruct. Like if I had $1 million 5 years ago, I'd have drank myself on the table. Like I'd have killed myself. But now I feel like I'm at a point where I'm mature enough to handle it, and I know what to do right from wrong. So now if I make a bad decision, I can't blame it on anything else but me because of my experiences. When we were saying like growing up, when you know better, you do better.
Right.
So like, help me out with that part right there.
I'm gonna give you a little insight. And then it goes back to what he said earlier. It's about developing a relationship with God.
With God. All right.
He said it. you have to date me. And I've seen you put energy into things. I put energy into things. We all put energy into the things that we want, that in our mind we know what the outcome is going to be. 80% of what we're thinking, this is what it's going to be. When we meet a girl and we talk to a girl, we automatically know how long it's going to take us to take her down. So if we know, if she give us that energy, like, yo, I'm gonna give it up to you like that, we go hard. We do things that we normally wouldn't do. We give her time that we say we don't have. We spend money on her that we say we don't have because we know what the outcome is going to be. The reason why religion is so difficult to us is because God has a plan and we have a plan. And when things go outside of our plan, we create confusion for ourselves. And that confusion is not supposed to be there, because at the end of the day, once you release something to God, once you give it to God, it's supposed to stay there. You're not supposed to even think about it or do anything about it anymore. So when it comes to things like trying to figure out your calling, listen, man, I get on my knees every morning and I ask God to take me in the direction that you want me to go.
Right.
And I'm telling you, man, like it's not easy, especially when you want to be out there, you want to drink, you want to have sex with multiple women, you want to do this, you want to do that. It's not easy to give those things up, because a lot of people don't understand this, and I don't mean to get like this, but a lot of people don't understand that there are a lot of things that we experience as children, and we carry those things into our adulthood. Those traumatic experiences create that depression. Those traumatic experiences creates alcoholics. Those traumatic experiences create drug addicts.
Right.
Those traumatic experiences lead to addiction. You understand what I'm saying? Now, how you defeat those is by that same conversation that you just had with him, those same questions you just asked him. You might have to step outside yourself and just talk to God, whoever you serve, your higher power. Yeah, but yourself is going to tell you what you want to hear. You can look in the mirror all day and ask yourself, where do you want to go? And you can come up with a million places where you want to go. But is that where you're supposed to go?
But and you know this because we talk, like, I've been my authentic self for so long now. Like, that's why people gravitate to me naturally.
I'm talking about allowing that other side of you that you've been.
But that monster?
That other side of you, the spiritual side of you that's knocking at the door. You got to let that part in.
I'm going to tell you this. Now, I don't know your religious belief or nothing like that. I only can speak for me. Right? I don't know how to work without going to God and like showing me what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, for me. And how I got there wasn't because I grew up in church. I got there because I saw something. I saw God work in a way that, okay, like my instance, like I got caught. I did 3 years probation, and I wasn't supposed to get that.
He showed you he was real.
He showed me that he was real. And so, you know, like if you feel like you're in a place where you're trying to find yourself and like what it is that you need to do, you know what I mean? It's a lot of different things you can do.
Well, let me say, I've already found myself. Like, I know who I am. I know what I stand on.
Yeah.
I know what makes me happy. I know what I don't want.
Yeah.
It's just the success part. You know what I mean? Like I know I got to wait for God to give it to me.
Yeah.
And I believe in God full-heartedly. But it's like, you know, that I guess it's that impatientness.
Oh, you definitely patience. Yeah, I think I didn't get here. Whatever success you think I got, whatever case it be, that's 18 years.
Right.
You ever been to not okay, I'm not gonna use that.
And remember, this ain't happened overnight. I changed my life because I effed up so much.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I can't go back to doing that. That ain't work. This works right here.
You ever You ever had like homemade chicken noodle soup?
I did.
Do you notice that it takes longer to make than the
Quality
one
over quantity
that comes in the can?
Yeah, it's made with love.
Yeah.
It's made the way that it's made because it's supposed to be more effective. Good things take time. That's why when I go out to eat, when I get food and stuff, and they be like, it was a soul food place. I'm gonna say this and then we gonna wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
It was a soul food place called The Bros
Mm-hmm.
on City Line Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
right next to Overbrook train station. Yo, when I tell you this little old lady,
Ain't it still there?
bruh,
She was putting both feet in it.
bruh,
Both feet.
bruh.
It's still there.
Listen, you order the food, and you might not get your food for 3 hours.
Yeah.
But it's worth it.
You be frustrated. You be mad. You be cursing her out. You be calling her all types of...
Yeah, right.
I'm hungry.
When you get your
When
platter,
you get your platter,
it's a
All
time.
worth it.
it just made me think of what you just said about that patience, because like you said, you want it now. I called you because I'm hungry. I put it in order because I'm hungry. And she'll tell you. She makes everything from scratch.
Right.
It takes more time, but it's better for her.
Because of the quality.
Oh, man.
But in that time of waiting, though, that's a lot of time. You doing self-check, self-evaluations, like on that in that time of waiting, or you doing effective waiting where like when your time come, you setting it up. Like I'm working on an album right now. Before like I go on a show or anything like that, I'm in the studio cooking up. Nobody know it. I'm just cooking. I'm cooking till the time come for me to go out there. And even in that time of me cooking, I did 3 songs, right? I got stuck. That required me to step it up a notch.
Okay.
Had knocked out another 2 more songs. Had to step it up a notch in this process. My album called The Assignment. So ironically, like I really have to like really be.
Yeah.
I'm going through every emotion of following an assignment. Every emotion, and I'm putting a pen and pad on it. You know what I'm saying? But and that's in the process of waiting for the release date and that moment of time when the time comes. Even having like I said earlier, even having this interview now. I never knew I was gonna have an interview on today, 18 years ago. But leading up to this preparation. So until your time come, keep preparing yourself. Keep working on it. Keep your ear open. Like, okay, like what do you need me to do, Lord? Or God, what you need me to do? Okay, I need to do this. Okay, he'll put you in rooms. Like, why don't you go to this room right here? He'll put you in a room that a guy can give you opportunity. Okay, bro, come right here, do this. A lot of that happened with me. I can give you like 10 stories about me just being in a room that put me in position to do something what I need to do.
I ain't gonna lie. I actually had a meeting today, and I the way that it went, I was like, God put me in this.
For
I tell
sure.
you, when I, you know what I'm talking about.
And you connected to me. And we're gonna get you right, because I'm telling you where I'm going. I can't take everybody with me. So,
Yeah.
But I know you want to wrap up. If you got like 5 minutes after though, like just
I'm here, brother.
My
well,
man.
look,
I'll tell my wife. That's all.
my man,
It's lasagna night.
my man Dolly came through and shut it down.
Man, I love
shut
it, man.
Down,
Thank you for
man.
having
We
me,
definitely we're gonna get you back on. We're gonna get
Please.
you back on. Definitely help you promote the album and
For sure.
any shows, concerts you got coming up. You do host a lot. I see that. You be working, man. You be working.
Having a wife is expensive.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to your wife.
Jonay, Dolly, that's the
Shout out to your wife.
For sure.
Yeah.
My man is married. Is a very good example as a man. I have the utmost respect for you, my brother. I love you with all my heart.
You already know, bro.
And I really appreciate you for taking out the time to come, man. You dropped some gems, man. I gotta start putting some tissue right here, man. I'll be over here just like, no, you really you said a lot, man. I'm glad we got a chance to get you on. So
anytime,
I appreciate
bro.
you for that, man. So
Anytime.
yeah, man. Shout out to Jermaine, Dolly for coming on. Let's
Shout out
Talk
to you.
Podcast.
Yeah, let's talk. I can talk. I told you I'm long-winded. I told you.
Yeah. Well, no, we gonna tune in again. Make sure y'all check us out. We gonna have everything uploaded on on the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all follow my guy, man.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram.
Hello, Dolly.
Hello _ Dolly 24. Hello _ Dolly 24. Facebook and Twitter is Jermaine Dolly. JermaineDolly. Take that same name whenever you digitally download music app. Put that in your search engine. Wherever my name come up on, download it to your device.
There it is. That's it and that's all. We out of here.